Hello everybody and welcome back. This is the new Byte with Hau5test.
And Emily.
How are you doing, Hau5test?
I'm doing fine. We're going to talk about Anthem today and it will be fun. So how is you?
I am good, thank you. And I'm looking forward to talking about Anthem. I actually quite enjoyed the game. What did you think of it?
Well, so what we see right now is the very first minutes of the game, and it starts right away with some attack where it's the so-called Heart of Rage event, which is where some evil guys went in and tried to use the Anthem of Creation, as it's called, just a thing that does stuff literally right now. And we think, okay, that's interesting. So we both played the beginning of the game for like a few hours and got our first few impressions together here. And I like to think, I don't care. Yeah.
You don't care about Anthem?
Just playing it away, basically.
Do you not like it? Because I actually quite liked it, but I wouldn't buy the game myself until it was probably cheaper on the stores. Not that much of a fan, but I did actually quite enjoy it because it had elements in it that Fallout 3 and New Vegas did, and I really enjoyed those games as well. Yeah,
I mean, that's the point for me. I don't get much from it because I'm a guy that firstly wants to enjoy good gameplay, and the gameplay is there definitely. Like as you know, you can fly around in your javelin suits, and it's quite cool. Shooting is adequate. It's fun, but like the whole story around is like, I guess there's a thing, but I don't know. We're just freelancers. We're literally called freelancers in the game, and you're flying around trying to get some stuff done, and it's literally work, like the contracts that you try to do, and expeditions.
I mean, that's
Emily, what's the thing that you find interesting about it? Is it the world? Is it the story? Is it what you do there?
I actually found the story quite interesting. It definitely worked well with gameplay. I liked how there was pre-gameplay which was played for you, and then it just kind of like introduced you to the whole game. As
it is right now on screen, for example.
And then you kind of like just take control all by yourself, and I liked how they just put elements in it that just makes it more personal to you, and they slowly like input you into the game.
For example, right now we just got crashed down and it's asking us to pick which character voice we have. Are we female voice or are we male voice? Because it's always in first person view. We can't see how we look like, but we at least can hear ourselves. Which is a massive step towards Destiny 2 because in Destiny 2 your character doesn't talk, so at least you have somebody that talks. And since you can do, of course it's a Bioware game, you have at least some selections of voices and stuff that you can do, like options and dialogues. You can specifically go in and have a little chat back and forth. It's actually quite fun. For example, in the base, you can just talk to some random people seemingly, and they have a little chat about you, how you're freelance and stuff. So it's quite cool, actually. So
this is, I think, when I played.
Yeah, this is your hands-on time. We can see right now. I skipped a little forward so we've seen more action. These are the first few like enemies that you can see. It's just giant scorpions, basically.
I think because I was so new to the game, I wasn't really used to the sensitivity of the controls.
Yeah.
I think as
you played it on PC with mouse and keyboard, no?
Yeah, that's true.
So not gamepad, there's actual mouse and keyboard controls.
I think I'd actually struggle more with controls, but like with controllers, but that's probably personal preference.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoyed learning about the game, but I actually found it quite overloading.
It asks a lot from you in the very first few hours.
I think so. Yeah. Even though they ease you into it, I feel like it's a lot to comprehend at one time.
Yeah.
Because I certainly struggled to try and aim and get to grips with the gaming controls and everything you see on the screen as well.
Yeah.
How did you find the game? Like, what was the best thing and the worst thing that you found about it in the very first?
This is a post-Destiny world where like Destiny is a thing that really much succeeded, and seemingly EA wants to have a cake, slice of that cake, where it's like a looter shooter, it's a fantasy world, you're in big machines and stuff. So I like to think Bioware did a great job building the world and having you just basically flying around, because that's the best thing about it, just flying basically and going to locations, shooting is like way down below for me. It's not that important anymore. But for example, the way you can customize the colors on your javelin with at least 6 different things. You can have different fabrications, and of course the team play is really great because you always can opt in. This is actually one of the fun things I saw. Sometimes the enemies are just like very funny ragdolls, but it's not in a bad sense at least, because this looks like, it's actually fun. Nobody falls under the map, so you can't recognize them, but dead enemies just fly everywhere sometimes. But besides that, actually, like how you can always have matchmaking on if you want, or you can specifically turn it off even, is a great choice, because most of the missions are just better together, at least, and you don't need to talk to them necessarily. I'd never had somebody like going into TextGen and write something stupid or something like that. And it's great to just enjoy some shooting together. And for me, it's a great game where you're just like, waste away some time. And that's why I specifically said, like, I don't care at all about the story. I'm already was at the point where you see like the big boss, basically, who's just a big meaner version of our javelins. But other than that, he just puts up a shield and then goes away. So it's like, not that impressive yet. So, Emily, what do you specifically like about the game? Like, was it the world building or the character, the story?
I kind of like the story.
What's about the story, actually?
So, I kind of like how they introduced it at the very beginning. I don't usually invest my time in watching the very first part, and I usually learn about it within the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
But I actually invested my time, and I took the time out to actually like try and understand the storyline for itself, and
skipping out a little bit to more action.
And I kind of liked it because it involved like gameplay of us, and it kind of made it more personal to me, the gameplay.
Yeah, because you were part of the actual history as it happened, and not just this cutscene where you just watch, right? So an interactive part of the very first history that's introducing you into the world. Yeah. And you later join on, it's like, I think 2 or 3 years later, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
And where everything just basically fall apart after the Heart of Rage event.
Yeah.
And as you can see right now, we're just starting our very first mission. There was a short introduction scene which we deliberately skipped so you don't get spoiled too much of it. We basically just want to see some more gameplay.
We're not that mean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright then, Emily, would you play more of it as it stands right now?
I think I would definitely play more of it and invest a lot more time, because it's the type of game that I would play, because it's open world. You get to fly in and out of water. And I think I just kind of like the whole... I kind of like the world because it's very like green and...
Reminds a bit of Avatar, the movie.
Yes.
Not the cartoon real life movie thing, but the one from James Cameron.
The good old James Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's my favorite movie. So I think I'm just inclined to like this and be able to, because there's so many like similarities to the film and this. It's kind of like a mixture, I think, of Destiny and a little bit of Avatar. And if you mash that together, it's Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And you get a mixture of this, and I feel like I like the gameplay and the quality. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous looking game, definitely. Especially on PC, where you can like set up a lot of things and change around. Playing at 60 FPS was mostly not a problem. I have an AMD 2800X with a GTX 1080 Ti graphics card, and the two together, when everything set is to high and 1080p, it's not having much struggle. At 4K, I had lots of issues, which I just said it's not worth it. So what you're seeing right now is 1080p footage.
Was it really jerky? Like the gameplay?
It just didn't feel good, you know? And if you're in the Citadel back then at home, you see sometimes going through doors when all of a sudden a lot of world has to be built right away from nothing. It's having very severe frame rate drops. So in a world where you can fly around in this actually like, let's say in a mission environment where you are in your Javelin suit, you have maybe more of a level to render, but because it happens more gradually, not like a door opens and boom, here's lots of things you have to render out at a second, it's not as bad. So in actual missions, I had not had much of a bad experience with the performance.
So Hau5test, would you play more of this game?
I definitely play more because I did not buy the game. I just got myself a subscription to the Origin Premium Access thing for PC. So it's like 15 euros per month. I guess I will continue playing it just so I can see at least the end of the campaign. Will I continue my subscription to play even more after that? I don't think so. For now, like I'm like level 8, I think. I don't feel really inclined to start endgame stuff. Not many. I have barely playing with other people from my friends, and the end game content so far has not been in my sight yet. So it's literally just like walking through. Maybe it will catch on to me like later on, specifically for example because it's fun to explore the other javelin suits that we have. Right now we're playing the Ranger, and later on we can also see the Interceptor, which we picked after that. As you see right now, this is where we switch actually to the more lightweight version, which is doing much more damage, and it's more a melee type fighter. I actually like this one a lot because it's more agile and still allows you to jump around a lot. And we colored it in a pink blue style, which is like just really straining to the eye, but I like it. It's fun. It just shows
straining to your eyes.
Yeah, to my eyes. But it's actually showing you how much you can do with the suits to make them look like your specific suits, and I like that a lot. And this is like,
I like the personalization as well.
Yeah,
the fact that you can customize the
there's
colors.
Even decals on it, like stickers. And
exactly.
Different forms, like helmets can be changed around and stuff like that. So even later on, there's lots more individualization happening. Besides the 4 like main classes that you can pick. So that's kind of good. It's not based on your strength, your modification, stuff like that. It's not linked to your looks, basically. So it's actually a very good thing to have like a fashion game and a like skill game on 2 different sides of the coin. They're not really connected, although they're part of the same character and system. So yeah, that's actually good. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. So this was our first look and first impressions at Anthem, and I say I'd have to really enjoy the gameplay. And this is the new Byte. Hau5test.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Yeah, as I said before, I don't really care much about the game, about the story at least, because it's like, bad guys trying to steal something that's killing the world. Ooh, we have to save it. It's not that new. It's not that individual.
It's rather generic, don't you think?
With Destiny, you have like a big fucking globe, and there's the darkness fighting against, and you are the chosen one amongst millions of other chosen ones. But it makes you feel more special than what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, just like a man in a suit or a woman in a suit. And I don't really get the thing that ties me to it. Maybe it will be the memories that I have with the game. But like other games caught me much more earlier in the thing, and they're much more iconic designs to it. Like this bad boy that we can see right now here, he's just leaving right now from the cutscene, and that's it for a long while, I think, since we were seeing it again. And it continues on just like with masses of enemies coming towards you, which all look the same. There's no specific differences. There are different classes of enemies, sure, but just looking at, I think that there's just some dudes in suits.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
So who knows, we will probably come back again to the game after we played much more, maybe after we finished the campaign, just say like, okay, now we finished it, we know the whole story thingy. Is it still like our first impressions that we have after 2 hours now from the release game? We still haven't even seen the missions that we had in the demo, which are apparently much later in the game.
Oh.
So I'm still waiting for that connection to come back again. But like, yeah, even based on the knowledge I have from the demo of these 3 missions that are still coming in the release version that we play right now, I still don't think that there's much that I say, oh, looking forward to this to happen, or anything that's really tying me into it. I'd much rather play Apex Legends, although it has no missions and stuff like that, but it has fun characters, it has cool interactions with even strangers by now, because of the cool gameplay design, how you can like ping different things. All of that is not in here. You can't ping anything. You can just like walk through the game and like drag somebody behind you, you know? It's like, teamwork is not a thing. You can only see like it's better together because the enemies are dropping faster. But other than that, playing together so far is not that really important.
Do you think that it would be better in co-op to play with someone who's actually physically in the room with you? Yeah,
it could be. I mean, we haven't seen endgame stuff when it's like the real challenge, hopefully.
Yeah.
But just like playing the campaign for it, you could do it solo. Would probably not change much. Only it would take a little longer.
Yeah.
Besides that,
that's true.
Yeah. So for just a short summary of my impressions, I was talking way too long, so we'll just cut it here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to, you can find us everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course also on Discord. Follow us there. The invite link is under thenewbite.com/Discord. Emily, where can people find you?
At Emily HM45.
And I'm Hau5test, Hau5test. And this is us talking about Anthem. First impressions.
Yes, definitely. And we shall leave it there. And thank you very much for watching. And goodbye.
Goodbye.